And I'm apologizing that always I'm speaking when I'm in the car, driving from one place to another. I'll start with a very short story, just from the last few hours. I just met the deputy of the commanding general in the south. His name is Yossi Bachar, and he actually was fighting in Be'eri. He's from Be'eri, killed 15 terrorists from Hamas, and lost his mother. And when I met him in this meeting, I'm a head of a division right now in the reserve. And when we met and we spoke, and when in the end of the conversation about the missions and the army, etc., he told me, "You remember that my son Adav, he was in the second year of Adam V'Adama. It's the school that we established together with JNF-USA in Moshav Chatzeva, in the Arava Desert." And he said, he just ended the course, became an officer in Golani. And he was fighting in Gaza, but when he was coming back home for 3 days, he said the first thing that he did, even though he had only 72 hours to be at home before he started his new position in Golani, he took his friends and they went to Be'eri to pick up together the avocado. And he said that this is what he learned in the school. So just something that met me today, during the running from one place to another. So it's a circle that meets both of us together, you and us here in Israel. And so I'll say shortly, look, when we met 4 weeks ago, I think that we all was a lot more, I will say, confused. Of course, very, very sad for the tragedy that we went through. And I don't think that I can tell you about myself that my stomach is still pain all the time. You go with the feeling that at least you bring the last person from Gaza, and the amount of friends that I lost, or friends of my colleagues and employees in the Shomer that there are family members that are still kidnapped in Gaza, in Hamas hands. I think that it's something that following the feeling of all of us, even though that this has become a bit of our regular basis. And like Dr. Nachman Shai said before, it seems very much that we can find ourselves in a short term with a strong battle, a lot more hard and complicated in Lebanon. It seems that it's going to happen very, very short. But I will tell you that in the other side, of the border, but also the other side of the situation, to see the force of Am Israel working from all over the place, like from the Israeli, society to our brothers and sisters in the United States or in France, not just, caring about Israel, but literally working for Israel. And you see the amount of thousands of people that come into Israel to see face to face what is going on here, to see the people and to help as much as possible. I can tell you that it's something that for me, it's giving the belief, the understanding that it's going to be hard. And you see every morning we wake up with another 2, 3, 4 people that we lost. But I can tell you that it gives me the clear understanding that we are going to win this big battle, and we don't have any other choice. And I think that it's clear to all of us that it's a battle for all of us and for our future. I will say about what happened in the fields in the last 4 weeks since we met last time. So I said that in the first week or two, there was a lot of confusion first of all over Israel, but secondly, it was almost impossible to get to the Gaza Strip, to the area of Gaza, to the kibbutzim and to the moshavim. And if you remember, a week or two after the war, thousands of Thai workers started to escape from Israel. And it was not by mistake. Hamas was appointed, the group of workers from Thailand, to make them understand that they must leave Israel. I can tell you that also there was a huge pressure from Iran directly on Thailand, telling them, listen, there are going to be a region, like the whole region are going to get into a fight with Israel. We're telling you, you must take your employees out of Israel. Take that, and take also the employees that was coming from Gaza and from the area of Judah and Samaria to work in Israel. And you find the food crisis that we are got into in Israel. And I just when I spoke with the General Bachar, it was clear that if the farmers will not be able to come back to their fields, it's very, very clear that probably many of them will not come back. Besides if they not will understand that they have their greenhouses that will keep themselves green and they will have their vegetables and oranges, etc., to walk and to pick them up and to understand that there are something that they can come back for their living and for their life mission that was agriculture, because 70% of the agriculture that fed Israel came from here, from the West Negev. So we saw, okay, that if you are not creating a directly speed, a mission, bringing people to the field, okay, we will see them literally abandoning and moving from here. And there is a lot of conversations with people that saying we are not coming back, not to Sderot, not to our kibbutz, not to our moshav. And what we saw in the last months and a week, okay, above 40,000 volunteers that came. It's only the 40,000 people that we was writing, for the insurance. We are guessing that there is something like another 4,000 or 5,000 people that came, okay, that came through our volunteer that didn't sign up, okay, because the amount of people that come in every week, we get into weeks with 13,000, 14,000 people a week that come in to help to hundreds of farmers all over Israel, literally, but we are focusing pretty much on the area of the Western Negev and the border the border with Lebanon. So this is what we saw here in the last 4 weeks. And like the numbers that you see now, and that we put it to ourselves a goal to get to at least 60,000 volunteers. The number is not a KPI just to make us feel good. It's numbers that we took from the field, from the farmers. This is the farmers that's suffering mostly. That if we are not helping these specific farmers, okay, these specific farmers will leave their farms. And it's on the table. It's not like something that we're thinking or we are feeling that might happen. This is the conversation that we have with our coordinators all over the West Negev and some other areas all over Israel. And I want to say here that together with Tali and together with JNF-US, the support that we got from you, okay, this is what allowed us to bring the buses, the food, the security, the guides, the t-shirts. Some of the girls coming with the short t-shirts don't understand that they're going to pick up now the lemons and they are going to get scratches on their hands. So literally to give them the t-shirt to walk, and it's made that possible in the last few weeks. I will say something that I think it's important that all of us must understand, okay? We can lose here two main huge, let's say, infrastructures of Israel. First, it's the food security system of Israel. Israel today, mostly, not always, but most of the food of Israel, okay, grow up inside Israel, okay? When we see what's going on around the world and we see the war in Ukraine that bring 70% of the wheat to Israel, there is no doubt that Israel must be self-depends on herself with our food security system. And on this momentum, we can lose it like in 5 to 10 years to fix it and to build it back again, at least. And this work can take another year or 2 or 3 years. We must get to understand it together. The second part, if we want to have these farmers that will go to live back in these borders, okay, so I think that it will be, this will be the most hard and complicated situation for us as a nation. If people won't feel safe to live here, okay, so again, this will be our biggest loss. So if you ask us, I think that we need to look together on the next 3 months, 6 months at least, understand that if we're not going to give this support to the farmers, and what you see here, it's already the JNF volunteers that are supposed to come, missions that coming from and together with JNF that are going to come to our farmers, to help them in the fields. We understand that we have a time of at least 6 months to make sure that they're holding strong the farmers and understanding that the world jury will not let them abandon 1 inch of land. Doesn't matter where they live. They must understand that we are supporting them, because it's not just an infrastructure for glasses. It's not just they are producing only the food for Israel. This is literally the small group, the small community that keeps and hold the land for our nation. And if they won't be here on the border with Gaza, okay, so our dreams can get a new phase that we don't want to get to. So this is where we are standing. I can tell you that it's super, it's challenging because lots of our team, like me, serving in the reserve, So the amount of people that joining voluntarily, almost working full time just to make it happen, it's something that make us understand that we will win, but it will happen just if we will work as one force together. So I want to say thank you to all of you, and בעזרת השם, נעשה ונצליח.